Hey kids, it's the Groovy one, Dr. Groovy, GroovyMusicLessons.com. It's Flying V Day. Um, got on my No Ma'am shirt thanks to one of my beautiful friends online. Um, I was just sitting around here picking a little bit and hit that fancy button on the ground that goes to all these effects and it turns off everything at once, one of them cool things. Started playing some old songs and had a weird epiphany that all of us get every now and then. And I thought, it's just a good thing to remind the kids of, the grown-ups, the people that are gone pedal crazy and so forth, just to remind everybody that music started off with some of the most unforgettable guitar tones and so forth. Just people playing directly through an amp, and that is it. Usually the Marshall things turned to 10, and they weren't amps that were supposed to distort really. They just turned them on 10 and just enjoyed what came out of it. You get AC/DC and Kiss, and you go over to Jimmy Page, and by the time Hendrix came out, there's a lot of effects going on, and of course he would want to try every single little thing. I'm not trying to take away from Hendrix at all, but I just want to bring across a very obvious point and a very worn out point, that it was almost the clarity in the distortion that was used, if that makes any sense, that made the guitars sit so well in the tracks. There was, put it this way, there was like no gain. It was all just natural. Like, if you hear any reverb, it's just coming off an echo of other 100 guitars in the room. Okay, so that's just I have no effects on, none. Zero, zilch. Just using the volume knob, which is not something I normally do. But you get into people like Jimmy Page, who is the king of the pentatonic stuff, and again, Ace Frehley. I'm a huge Kiss fan, even though I'm a country nut. Some of you guys know this, and very pentatonic. And I don't consider one to be any better than the other. I'm Mr. Pentatonic. I haven't had any reason to play anything otherwise. So it's always been a groovy thing to grow up in the 70s. For me, I was born in 64, but checking out the music in the 70s. I got in my first band in 77. Stayed with that band for over 12 years, 15 years total. But all the guitars back then, the sounds were amazing sounding and very articulate. You could hear every note, and again, it sat well in the mix. And I just want to remind you, that's the kind of stuff that really gets out there and really works well in a PA thing and recording, whatever. The less gain you have, basically use the less is more thing, and try to remember it now and then. I forget too. I love my pedals and all this stuff, but sometimes it's just nice to go totally raw, record that compared to anything you've recorded in the past, and see how it actually sits in your mix. You'll be surprised. Your tone will be better. You won't know why, but it's just because you're hearing the definition between notes instead of it being smeared over by gain. I will start with my Ace Frehley stuff because, he's never been an amazing guitar player. I don't think that Jimmy Page was an amazing guitar player either. Both very sloppy guitar players. Both had the same everything going. You know, just a lot of people are more Jimmy oriented than they are Ace oriented. But then again, both have, you know, their followings. And I just happened to be there when, you know, the makeup looked really cool. So, so like this. You know, shocked me. It was that's as distorted as it got. And even with like Firehouse, you know, the rhythm's going. You know, up that way. And the solos had very little on it too. There was no hair just on the tones. They were just bare bones. Solo was like, again, barely any gain. Like, you know, just stuff like that. And it made everybody have to hit notes more because they just did not sustain unless they were on 10, and they would have to walk up to the cabinets and force them to, or have walls of 10 of them just to try to coax some feedback out of it, which was just everybody experimenting with amps that were just starting to get bigger. But then again, there was never any master volumes on these things. They did not exist. So you get Page. You know, there's no hair, but yet it is so definitive. Derringer. I mean, these are classic sounds, and I haven't changed a single thing. You can even go to the 80s, and everybody was playing this stuff. I mean, sorry to put that up against the others, but it was this kind of stuff, even the Skinner stuff. And Billy's still getting. You know, these pinch harmonics at minimal gain things going on. So just a reminder, you know, I was just having a good time, and I know, stupid video, but it just reminded me of the stuff that made me want to play guitar was that kind of sound, and I've drifted so far from it, which again, in and of itself, is fine. And what I use is, as far as effects, is very common in the country genre thing, that the compression, heavy, and then the delay thing, and so forth, but the distortion doesn't have to be much. But I'm just saying, for some of you who may be just starting out, or some that are just over the edge on your gain stuff, maybe back it back off till your guitar is damn near clean. Then just turn the regular volume up. A gain knob is not a volume knob. Okay, remember that. Gain, that volume, that thing that says gain, that is not volume. Just turn up your regular volume. Turn that gain crap off. Try to get it with some, just a guitar. It's kind of cool, you know. So it's been so long that I was just kind of tripping. I thought, hey, that's just cool stuff. You know, just great stuff. Okay, so nothing more than less is more. Barely any hair on, meaning gain. Let the amp do the work, and visit the old tones, see if you dig them, and that's it. You know, it's just try it. You know, again, it's been a long time since I've just plugged a guitar into an amp and said, okay, I'm going to just play. It makes you want to play all that 70s stuff because the sound is pretty much exactly there. Then you strap on the V's or the Explorers or the Pauls and just grab a knob and go. So anyway, you guys be groovy. It's just early in the morning and I have nobody to talk to. Anybody wondering what the V is that hadn't seen him? Good buddy John. Dillion is what this one is. Of course, a 58-ish looking deal. And again, if you ever use my name whenever you order Dillion guitars, you get price off and some free stuff as well. You know, get a good discount. And hey, he probably even throw in a free gig bag and all kinds of other fun junk too. So anyway, enjoy the sound of guitars the way they used to be. Before they were hopped up, souped up, you only had the option of using what it came with, and that was this. The amp, you only had the option of what it came with. Just an amp. Okay. Yeah, I'm the last person who should be telling you this, but you know, it just felt good to play a whole bunch of these nice oldies and stuff and have them actually sound right without a bunch of compression and without a bunch of gain, without anything other than you, your guitar, and your pick to survive with. And if a note starts to die out, you hit it again and you realize why people played the way they did. Okay, so just groovy stuff. Anyway, you guys take care. I'll put out something else because it's what I do. Later.